Our next speaker is Mr. Manjeet Singh, Senior Vice President of RAH Infotech. And you have the presentation. And Mr. Manjeet, your time is 5 minutes. So since we have another panel, please stick to the time.
I'm sure most of us are the big fans. I'm sure about it, right? So enough of the technology, Gyan. I thought, let me talk about something else. So technology, I think everyone has spoken about. So let's discuss about the cinema and all, right? So the next, if we all are the Amitabh's fan, I'm sure most of us would have seen this movie, right? I'm sure. So anyone remember the one of the famous dialogue of this movie? The famous dialogue was, मेरी जिंदगी का तंबू 3 बंबू पे खड़ा है, right? Can anybody guess? शायरी, शराब, बहुत लोग पीछे देखने लग गए कब खुलेगा दरवाजा, right? And up. This was the 3 things. So this was one of the famous dialogue from that movie. But IT industry tambu is standing on only one bamboo. There is only one bamboo. The entire cloud, all infrastructure, everything that we are talking about is basically based on the application. If there is no application, probably we won't be having anything and we won't be talking anything about it, right? To run the applications, what we are discussing on the various infrastructures, the security, the cloud, IoT, OT, various jargons. So this is the most important piece, right? To run the application, so if we were to talk about any data center, so data center is a user is entering a data center to access any application. Doesn't matter where the application is hosted, whether it is public cloud, private cloud, or any cloud, right? Or your own data center. The user has to necessarily bypass the various steps, right? Before he is actually hitting the data center. We might not recognize when we are actually, accessing the application. It happens actually in a very quick session. But it actually at the back end passes the various layers. The first layer is the multiple links whenever a user entering a data center. And then there are multiple layers which the user necessarily has to pass through, the geofencing, the gateway, the firewalls, the IPS, the IDS, APT. We all talked about it, that these are the necessary ingredients or necessary layer to have it in the data center to ensure that our data center is up and running, right? And finally, after going all through, he is hitting the web layer, and then post that is doing what it is supposed to be done in the application. And from that application, you have database layer, and finally you have the switching layer. From there, data goes to the storage, and from that storage, we take the data back to the data center. The backup appliance, or various mode of taking the data backup, this is the typical architecture of the data center, right? In this data center, there are 3 primary things that we as an RAH operate on. One is the network and network security. The other is all about the data. Anything on the data, whether it is data to be analyzed, data to be stored, data to be backed up. We heard a lot about the data to be encrypted to ensure that the data or the keys are secured properly, or the data protection strategy on demand, which is nothing but a cloud, right? So anything on these lines, this is what the expertise that we have. So my name is Manjeet Singh. I handle the sales for RAH for Pan India along with Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal. I'll just talk about few more slides on RAH before I'll say whether it is 5 minutes or not. We established our organization in 2005. After initial years, we regrouped again in 2010 to take care of where do we want to get into. And best of the, if you've seen that it is a distillator, so we are a best of both, best of the distributor and the best of the SI. So we understand the projects, we can conceive the project at the customer end to give you the solution which is required for. 200 workforce, we are present in Pan India. Best part is we have whatever customers that we are having the repeated customers, which talks about volumes about what we do in the industry. That is the reason that we are servicing the customers again and again. This is how we are present. We have a pan over India. We are having the presence apart from the 4 outside locations, which is Singapore, US, UK, Netherlands. I just give you just about the glimpse on the technology side. These are the various services that we can offer to our customers. To top it all, we have the consultancy approach, whereby we can be part of your data center journey or SOC, IT, cloud journey. We can offer the building blocks of the various SOCs that we are talking about, whether it is next generation SOC, the building blocks of the data center, disaster recovery, and so on and so forth. So we have those capabilities. And these are some of our prestigious customers, which are very partial list. These are some of our very, very prestigious customers for us, which we have already servicing. And that's all about from my end. Thank you so much. I hope I have maintained the 5 minutes. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mr. Manjeet from RAH Infotech.